Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter.
Fight for both of us, I believe.
Any doubt in your mind that you beat him?
Of course I beat him. It ain't no doubt in my mind that I won't beat anybody that I stand.
The long-awaited fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez is inching closer to reality. Undisputed super middleweight champion, Canelo has intensified the build-up, and Crawford has fired back directly at the Mexican star.
Fighter, like Spence is, but other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with the Spence. He did like almost look very.
The highly anticipated fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, months in the making, promises to be one of the most thrilling in recent boxing history. Crawford, a 4-division world champion, aims to conquer the 168-pound division, facing one of the best pound-for-pound boxers in the world. The rivalry is already heating up, with Crawford and Canelo engaging in a war of words as they build toward a historic showdown between two undisputed champions.
It won't be like any other fight that he's fought recently, and it'd be a well-fought fight for both of us.
In a recent interview on journalist D Boxing Man's X account, Canelo Alvarez claimed that Terence Crawford doesn't have the head-to-head record to be considered a true champion. I respect Crawford, he's very talented, but he's only won one big fight, Errol Spence. Outside of that, he hasn't faced other great fighters, Canelo stated. Crawford quickly fired back on his own X account, warning the Mexican champion.
Have people asking you about Terence yet?
No, look, I always say,
Crawford swiftly responded to Canelo's comments, saying, "So out of all the fighters I've faced, only one has been good. I take note of that. Just remember what he said, because I've always had the pleasure of making a fighter who someone looked like a nobody." With this message, Crawford not only hit back at Canelo, but also raised the stakes for their potential showdown. The rivalry between these two elite boxers is heating up, promising a spectacle both in and out of the ring.
A small fighter like Charlo, he's big, which he is big, and everybody's talking about if I'm gonna face Crawford.
In a recent interview with a respected boxing platform, Canelo discussed the potential fight with Crawford. The 34-year-old admitted he's open to the clash, but expressed frustration over the lack of credit he would receive. "I respect Crawford, he's a great fighter, no disrespect to him," Canelo said. "But sometimes it's crazy how people talk about a smaller fighter like Charlo, and now they're saying I should face Crawford, a 147-pounder who's even smaller than Charlo. It doesn't make sense. But at the end of the day, if I fight Crawford, I won't get credit. Still, in boxing, you never know. I fight everyone, so why not?"
A fighter 147 who is smaller than Charlo. So no make sense when you guys say.
This echoed a previous interview where Canelo said, "Why not? Crawford is a great fighter, but in my weight class, it's an easy fight for me, easy money. If the money is right, I'm in." He added that while he doesn't typically enjoy facing fighters like Crawford, who moves a lot, he noticed Crawford didn't move as much in his last fight. Canelo made it clear that the fight would be for his 168-pound title, meaning Crawford would have to move up 2 weight classes, a significant challenge for him. Despite this, Crawford has expressed confidence in his ability to compete. As part of the negotiations, both fighters are expected to have a preliminary bout before facing each other.
An undisputed champion.
Well, I wouldn't count Crawford out in any fight because Crawford has a unique talent. He's a great fighter.
A few days ago, Canelo confirmed that he has booked the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas for September 13th, marking his second fight of the year. Bob Arum, who promoted several of Crawford's fights before they parted ways in 2021, believes Crawford's ability to switch stances could pose a challenge for Canelo, despite the weight difference. Arum told Fight Hype, "I wouldn't count Crawford out in any fight. He has a unique talent, he's a great boxer-puncher, and he's completely ambidextrous."
The puncher, and he is totally ambidextrous. So he drives his opponent crazy because the opponent trains to fight a right-handed fighter and ends up fighting.
Crawford's ability to switch stances drives his opponents crazy as they train to face a right-handed fighter but end up fighting a southpaw. This was the case with Errol Spence, who trained for a right-handed opponent and instead faced Crawford's southpaw style. Aaron believes Crawford is aiming for a fight like Manny Pacquiao versus Oscar de la Hoya. While Canelo had previously dismissed a matchup with Crawford, his stance changed after both men held positive talks with Saudi Arabian boxing chief Turki Alal Sheikh in London earlier this month. In 2024, Canelo secured 2 wins, defending his belts with decision victories over Jamie Munguia and Edgar Berlanga, while Crawford became a 4-weight world champion by capturing the WBA super welterweight title with a points win over Israel Madrimov.
And that's what happened to what's his name?
Errol?
Errol.
Yeah.
Errol. Yeah. Errol.
Errol Spence.
Spence.
It remains uncertain whether Canelo, a 4-division world champion, will fight on his usual Cinco de Mayo date in May. He may face IBF champion William Skull in a bout before taking on Crawford. A win here would see Canelo reclaim his status as the undisputed super middleweight champion. The highly anticipated showdown between Canelo and Terence Crawford continues to dominate boxing headlines. While the fight hasn't been officially confirmed, the prospect of these 2 pound-for-pound titans meeting in the ring has captivated fans worldwide. Canelo last fought in September, successfully defending his unified super middleweight titles against Edgar Berlanga. Crawford, on the other hand, recently moved up to 154 pounds, defeating Israel Madrimov to capture the WBA super welterweight title.
Loads of things going around at the moment, including a big clash with Canelo Alvarez. Can you tell us what's going on in that situation, and can that happen next?
We shall see,
The fight between Canelo and Crawford was first speculated after Crawford dethroned WBA light middleweight champion Israel Madrimov last August, adding 154 ulbs to his collection of world titles across 3 other weight divisions. Shortly after Crawford's win, Canelo successfully defended his WBC, WBA, and WBO super middleweight titles, securing another dominant victory in a division he's ruled since 2020.
Fruits of my labor.
And you absolutely deserve it. As I said, you're a pound for pound king. If it isn't Canelo next year, are you done from the sport, Terence?
I wouldn't say that. Right now, I'm just weighing out my options and looking for the best opportunities and options.
As both fighters prepare for what could be the biggest fight of their careers, the 39-year-old 2-time undisputed champion, Crawford has sent a warning to Canelo. Speaking on social media, Crawford vowed to shock the world and claim victory over the Mexican superstar when they finally meet. "I'm gonna shock the world, watch. The best is yet to come. I've had it in my back pocket this whole time."
Absolutely. Last one on him, I promise. If that fight is made, how does it go with you and Canelo? How does it play out?
Well, that's why
While Crawford remains confident, it will be a monumental challenge for him to move up 2 weight divisions before facing the 34-year-old Canelo, who has found tremendous success at super middleweight, defeating the likes of Gennady Golovkin, Caleb Plant, and Jermell Charlo. Despite the weight difference, the potential for this super fight continues to be a hot topic of discussion.
us fight for it because everybody got answers that need to be answered, and the only way.
Amir Khan, the only boxer to have faced both Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, shared his unique perspective on the potential showdown in an interview with Box Nation. Having fought Canelo at a catch weight of 155 ulbs, Khan acknowledged the significant weight advantage Canelo would bring to the fight. "Canelo is a beast. I've fought both of them, and I feel size always wins. That's why weight divisions exist," Khan explained. "Terence is special, don't get me wrong, but he's going to get hit by someone like Canelo."
I like Crawford, and I think Canelo is a beast that way. Honestly, I would advise Crawford not to do.
Khan, who suffered a 6th-round stoppage loss to Canelo, emphasized the physical challenge of facing the Mexican superstar. "What a fight that would be, though. I'll root for my boy Terence and want him to win, but it would be hard," Khan said. Does he need that fight? No, I don't think so. He's done so well in his career and beaten everyone. He's untouchable, one of the best pound for pound. But if it's a big payday, I understand why it would be made. Why take a risky fight for less money when you can take a seriously hard fight for serious money? Despite the risks, Khan praised Crawford's skills, noting his ability to compete at the highest level, but reiterated the dangers of such a matchup, adding, "We never want to see fighters get hurt."
Jamel Charlo playing out.
I think Canelo just outboxes. Well, no, doesn't outbox him, but I think this outpowers him and beats him to the punch. And you do give Canelo does have some sort of like